Hey YouTube, quick video for some gaskets that I just did in my Tahoe. Common issues with them. I have a 2002 Chevy Tahoe with a 5.3, has under 180,000 miles on it. I noticed upon starting it in the morning when it was cold, it misfired a little bit. It would misfire, and it wasn't terrible, but it was enough for me to hear it, So I did a little bit of research on the misfire issue, and it all comes back to these intake gaskets. I don't know, I guess they're cheap, I don't know, but so I just wanted to give you a video on what I did and a little bit of insight on that. So they're really not that bad. It's more of a pain leaning over the engine. That for hours, that seems to really hurt. That seems to be the worst part about it, is tucked down in there. But yeah, anyway, so we took the intake off. A friend of mine said to do the Valley gasket, which is that guy there, and I kind of wish I wouldn't have. I was told if these guys, most times these guys don't leak, so don't touch them, don't do anything with them. So I just figured that while I was in there I might as well do it, but don't if you don't have any issues. So in order to renew that gasket, you have to take a couple 8mm off, as you see there. They're easy to take out. Now the bad thing about, to get that cover off, these guys here is for the knock sensors. This is the OEM knock sensor wiring harness. You have to screw these guys out in order to get that pan off. It'll act like it wants to pull off, but it doesn't. You need to unplug these guys, and that's where the problem is. Let me show you the one that's not broken here. Okay, well this one's cracked, but it's not as bad as the other side. So how you do these, you are to press these in. You can see it's broke there. You're supposed to press these in and pull up. I'm pulling down, but pull up with it. And from heat, they just break really bad, I guess. I paid, I think I went to AutoZone or Napa, I think. Napa had it. And this wiring harness is about $20, I think $30, $40. I don't remember what it was, but just do yourself a favor if you do plan on doing intake gaskets, or taking the valley cover off, that you got to do that. And while I was in there, the valley cover has these two little where the knock sensors go in. They screw in right above this. These get pressed into the valley cover. Those weren't really that bad. They're a tight fit, but they weren't that bad. But yeah, it's really not that bad of a job. Just so you guys know, I would just go ahead and get that wiring harness there before you even do it, because from heat, we ended up taking my knock sensors out, and I guess water gets down past these covers here, in which mine did. I don't know, it must have had some type of condensation in it or something, and it got water on the knock sensors, and I guess that's what makes them throw a code. So if you're doing all this, I would definitely you take your knock sensors out like you have to if you're going to do that gasket, and take a wire wheel to them and get all the rust off, make sure it all looks nice. And I haven't had a check engine light or anything at all. Runs great. It doesn't do that issue anymore. Yeah, so now the only issue I'm having now is oil consumption issues. So I went to the auto parts store. I think it was AutoZone, and we went ahead and ordered the valve cover, the, how do I want to say that, I guess the fixed one, the one that doesn't consume oil, have the PCV valve issue. Went ahead and bought that, and the part number is 264969. There is a 264965, which is, I guess, still a good one, I was told, from Dorman. But from Dorman, I spoke to an employee there, and they said to do the 264969. So I want to make a video of that too, just so if it works out, which is awesome, and I'll give YouTube a update. Thanks.